Okay. I think you saw this in the post. This is the decoding of the economics. Potential winners and losers in the short term. But how short is short? How short is short? Ako, mayroon kong without the vaccine yet. No. It will take us siguro mga 2 years. Between now until the end of the year, maybe we will see the dust settle. But it's still there. We will have a clearer view of the horizon. But now, with COVID around, you cannot really plan long term. But one thing definite here is we look at what are the essentials. So mo na ang niya sa potential winners on the right side, no, the essentials: food, health, agriculture, and of course the enabling, the e-commerce, and the ICT. No, so look at this. No? If you are in the medical supply and services, if you're in the food processing and retail, if you're in the personal and healthcare, if you are in the agriculture, and if you are enabling in terms of e-commerce, ICT, etc., I think you are in the winning side. Winning side. There is a left side, nabali lagi. Kung kinsa to'y driver na to, tourism and leisure, mo to'y driver na to, maogi na sa BACKSEAT yun. Affected also are the aviation, maritime, automobiles. As I've said, we don't need to buy new cars. No? Construction, real estate, especially mga condominiums, mga hotels, no? Manufacturing of non-essentials. Ang manufacturing of the essentials, kining especially aning sa health, kining sa food processing, mo thrive. No? Financial services, dili. Kuyaw-kuyaw ni siya. Kaya nga no, kung mo default ang imong mga customers, ang imong depositors, ang mga borrowers nimo, delikado gyud ka, mapagan gyud ka ani. Education, until now they are arguing whether to open or not, virtual or what. Oil and gas, related sa aviation, sa travel, transportation, related to the movement of people, that is also, no, that is also in the middle, no, either loser ka or winner ka. Yeah. So, reality check, is my business badly impacted? What are the chances of reviving? And if you revive, will you survive? Should I exit now or just wait? Am I poised to take advantage of new opportunities? What are those new opportunities? What industries can I switch into? Then you'll have to assess now your resources, your budget, and who can help you. Because you might see some opportunities, but kung hurot na imo bala, wala na kay bala, wala na kay budget, imong resources drained na ka, etc. Maglisod ka. Okay. So this is a very important slide, and in fact I use this to assess my clients. Where do you belong in this, spectrum? Okay. So the same information, I just place it here. Kinsa may naa sa front seat, kinsa naa sa back seat. Front seat, medical supply and services, food processing and retail, personal and healthcare, ICT and e-commerce, and agriculture. So on the extreme is the back seat. Tourism, aviation, maritime, automotive, construction, real estate, non-essential manufacturing. Mid seat, you can either go back or you can either go front seat. Financial services, education, oil and gas. So now you have to assess imuhang business or business sa imuhang employer, business sa imong mga clients, if you are serving them, if you are in the services, business sa imong clients, so that you'll understand their situation, their position. Okay? So here is what we do in FAMCOR, especially sa atong mga clients. I think this is the point where the Facebook Live will end. Anyway, so assessment. Now, what we do is we need to look at microscopic ang imuhang business unit. Okay? Hotel, restaurant, kini example ra ni sa akong mga clients nga impacted o uban ana no. So are you gainer, struggler or loser? Kining hotel, sa man ni? Loser, no? Restaurant chain, struggler ni, loser pa gyud no. Construction. Muna. Construction, if you're in the vertical, you're highly impacted. I have clients who are also in the construction as well as in the construction-related manufacturing, supply. So very, very impacted. Pharmacy, I also have clients in the pharmacy. They're doing very well. They're doing very well. Food processing. No, many of my clients, in fact, run out of raw materials, run out of, kay the demand is high. Demand is high. No? Even supply of food ingredients. No? Isa may nag-add to sa Ongking lately or sa Caro Ann Marie. Kita nimo taas kayong linya. Kana mo yung mga gainers sila. Na yung mga ano. So because of the food, daghang kayo na himong instant nga baker, instant nga home-cooked products. So here is, you also have to evaluate their state of capability. Your state of capability. Unsa man yung capability nimo? Okay. You look at your resources. Financial capability, your management capability, organizational capability, and even you also have to look at your supply chain capability, the peripheral or the businesses that are supportive or supporting you. Very, very important to assess your attractiveness. Why? Kining attractiveness, I have to tell you that when we did, we surveyed members of the Chamber of Commerce, and survey results, it's about COVID. 75% of the respondents said that they are open to sell their business, they are open to invite or to partner with an investor, or they are open into mergers and be acquired. What does that tell you? 75%. And that is one reason why I have also repurposed my consulting firm, because I have done consolidation in the past of businesses, and then I have helped also in acquisitions, mergers and acquisitions. But that was, I did not actively pursue that. Now I am actively pursuing helping companies in terms of joint ventures, mergers, acquisitions. So attractiveness. Are you attractive enough? Ganahan ba ang investor mo, invest nimo? What do you have? What is it that will attract them? What is it that will complement them? Because if there is somebody who wants to acquire your business, he must be into something. He must be also looking for some strategic fit. So this is something that you have to assess your business. What do you have that may be, or that may matter to some others, that you become attractive? You become attractive. This is, I think, the period, no? Again, the period of mergers, acquisitions, joint ventures. Because I have to tell you, when the market is very, very down, when it used to be, especially butani mo tourism, everybody built hotels, everybody built, condominiums for Airbnb, everybody built restaurants, etc., etc. Because we were assuming how many? 8 million passengers, 10 million passengers. But now, when we start to recover, you don't go back to 10 million immediately. You don't. You won't. So it is hinay-hinay na. Hinay-hinay na. Pag hinay-hina, if all of you are still there in the business, you will fight it out. Magpinatsanay mo, anak. Daghan kayo mo. Gamay ra imong market. So will you survive? So you have to take a position. You have to plan. Because if you say, sige, maghuwat lang ta, mubalik ra lagi na. Mubalik lagi, kanus aman. Kanus anato, when are we going to achieve the level, pre-COVID level? When are we going to be back there? We know that we pray, and in fact, a lot of us are really, really hopeful, but there's nothing wrong with hope. But you have to be pragmatic. You have to be practical. Taas ba imong PC to wait for that? Taas ba imong PC? No? So here, you have to look at your attractiveness. Mag-SWOT ka na. No? Mag-SWOT ka na. Anyway, so workshop. This is what we do. Workshop ta. Workshop na. Wala man tay time ani mag-workshop, but you can just, take a screenshot on this. No? Assess your position. Are you in the near death? Near death kuyaw ka, no? Morbid, no? Nakakaba ka sa ICU, yung business, nakaba sa ICU. Ano? Do you pull the life support? Or what do we need to revive the business? And if we are able to revive the business, can we really survive? Can we survive? With a dampened market, with a changing market behavior, can we survive? Okay? Now, for those coping up for survival, I mentioned this earlier. Can you sustain? Unsa kataas imong PC? Can you sustain? Because yeah, you survive. Muna yung ni Jack mga survival rata. Zero income, zero losses. That's the best this year. But I should say, you cannot continue even next year. You cannot continue to be just like surviving next year. No? Maybe just to kuan lang, bahuman na ning tuiga. If you survive, you're good. Peering through the fog of uncertainty. Mo na ang ingon nga, mo settle, the dust will settle, maybe end of the year. No? But, mo na, kung sa imong position, maghuwat lang ka nga, the dust will settle? Or should you now reboot? I'm going to discuss that later. No? The rebooting. Should you reboot? No? Mura ba og computer ba nga, mo reboot ka ba nga, mura start all over again. As if like this is your new business. Assess your industry position in your geographic location. I'm saying geographic location. But before, I've been helping companies national in scope, etc. But maybe regional or maybe international in scope. Forget about it at this point. You have to look at your geographic location. You have to look at the consumers around you. No? Di lang muna ta mangarap na mag-export pa ka at this point in time. Maybe in the short term, that's out of the picture. Are you loser or gainer? How long can this situation continue? And I discussed this earlier. Your attractiveness to be built out. Either you go joint venture, sell out, merger, and maybe even co-op conversion. So I'll talk about this co-op conversion. I've been pushing, in fact, this concept of corporative in the RDC, corporative. Okay. Okay. Let's go back to the let's go to the fundamentals. Why are we in business? As quoted here, in one of the interviews, ni gawas man siya Sunstam, business is not back as usual. For you to survive, you have to bite the bullet You have to reposition your business. Don't fall in love with your business. Fall in love with your market. And this is sometimes, even before COVID, this is also sometimes some of the problems or some of the challenges of my clients in family businesses. They are just too in love with their business, bisag alkansi na. Mao ni gisugdan sa akong papa, mao ni gisugdan sa akong lolo, bisag alkansi na. Mao man ni among hibaw-an, mao ni bisag alkansi na. Don't fall in love with your business. Fall in love with your market. That is why if you look at close to home, Boitis, they buy and sell businesses. They sell businesses that do not register double-digit growth, or maybe businesses that are already plateauing, etc. Don't fall in love with your business, because maybe the moment that your business growth dwindles, that means you are not relevant to the market anymore. So why are we in business? The mindset should always be, you are a solutions provider. Finding and offering unique but profitable solutions to problems. Una, yung gani na problema, na negosyo diha. Na ay negosyo sa problema. Kadungog naman mo ani, you've heard this already in the Chinese, no? The Chinese character of problem and opportunity is the same, no? Behind every problem there is an opportunity. That is really our, I would say, mantra in being entrepreneurs. We solve problems. But I'd just like to insert here, finding and offering unique but profitable solutions to big and recurring problems. Kaya kausaran ang problema, kausaran ang solusyon, wala kay negosyo. To big and recurring problems. Big and recurring problems. No? So, Moni, let's try to reflect karong panahon ano so may problema sa mga tao, no? Daghan. So, I can only show you this guide. No? I think you're very familiar of the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So, dinhi man gud magsugod din ko trying to evaluate your business. No? But kini, you will agree with me that now realize this is very, very important today. Kining diya sa taas, na kay extra nga kwarta, nindot man ni siya. Pero at this point in time, kini mo importante. Survival, safety. Okay? So when si Zig Ziglar mentioned even, you stop selling, start helping people who have problems. So what are their problems? It's really about the needs. It's really about feeling that need. Feeling that need. So I start with that. No? Now let me go to the 4RI. 4RI. So kini was also quoted here, beyond rapid test, border pass. Kay mao man ni ang controversial. Last month we were controversial because of this rapid test, border pass, new workplace health standards. Let's move forward on the long journey of reviving, rebooting, repositioning. No? I'm putting two words here, repurpose and positioning. Repositioning, reformatting, interrupted business. So I call that the 4RI business journey. Okay, so let me discuss this in detail. Okay. Reviving. From the root word vive is life, to live, to be resilient. Let me be grounded also by the inspiration from 2 Corinthians 4:8. Yes, we are afflicted in every way, but not crushed. Perplexed, but not driven to despair. Persecuted, but not forsaken. Struck down, but not destroyed. Amen. So first is self-diagnostic before reopening. I mentioned some of this earlier. Self-diagnostic before reopening. Okay. Business industry category. Dito sa assessment katong slide, if you remember the slide that we had. Gainer versus loser. new cost structures. You have to work on your numbers. What are your new cost structures? You have higher inputs. You have re-entry costs. Viability projection. Viability projection. So, for example, I've seen this, no? One of my clients, big client, no? They're all only selling 1/3 of what they're selling, what they used to sell before COVID. They're only selling 1/3. And they're projecting that their income by end of the year is only 1/5 to 1/6 of what they earned in 2019. So what is your option? So I'm pushing that we have to streamline. We have to resize. And we have to look at opportunities, which I'll discuss later. So options to resize or streamline. Maybe you can redeploy your people, retrench, and there is also allowed by Department of Labor is what they call the furlough option. Kana bitang wa kay trabaho, wa po ka terminate. Standby lang ka diha, pero there has to be an agreement between you and the employee. No, standby lang ka, pero wa ka nag-terminate, ug mubalik ang negosyo, kuhaon kag balik. Pero dili gani, wa kay trabaho. Manpower redeployment or retrenchment. Choose profitable clients. Importante ni. Kaya na ay mga clients diha nga dugay kay mo bayad, na ay mga clients diha nga grabe mo luba og no, they negotiate you to the bone and then dugay pa gud mo bayad. No. Choose profitable clients. Replenishing working capital.